Gunfreak Nation, President TElectrik. I just want to talk about some things, man, that, you know, I feel like we are headed into, in my opinion, we already in some dark times, but I think it's going to get worse, is what I'm trying to say. I firmly believe that what's going on now, the closer we get to this election, vote day, I just feel like it's going to get a lot worse. So some of the Gunfreak Nation members have sent me, you know, articles, and I know, you know, Gunfreak Nations that are members of Border Patrol. I have Gunfreak Nations. We have Gunfreak Nations that are police officers, right? In just about every state. We got Border Patrol agents that's members of Gunfreak Nation. I will not release their names because they asked me not to. And I wouldn't, even if they, you know, told me to do it, just for their own protection. From what I'm hearing, it's crazy. A lot of stuff is going down as far as crime that is not being reported on the news. It's being, in my opinion, suppressed. It's not, it is more worse than what the little that they do report. It's not, they're making it seem like it's not that bad, is what I'm trying to say. It's a hell of a lot worse. We have entire apartment building complexes being overrun and took over by these gangs that has come from these countries, man, particularly Venezuela, all right? I can't pronounce their name, but from what I'm hearing in the reports and the articles that I'm seeing, they just as bad as the MS, what is it, the MS-18? They just as bad, and the crazy part is they are coming together and working together. You know what I'm saying? They are working together, and they're spreading throughout the whole country, causing all kind of chaos, and just the crime is just going up. And I'm like, how? Well, we know how it happened because of Joe Biden opened up those borders and let them flow through. I'm telling y'all, it's a hidden agenda behind this, all right? We got professional, hardcore criminals that have infiltrated the United States and are now operating in our cities and in our towns, as far as where as Colorado to New York. Sexual assaults, robberies, murders. All, I mean, we already got enough with American savages, but now we are dealing with, man, you can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit. You cannot make this up, man. I mean, here go articles right here that, if y'all can see that, you got articles, deadly alliance brewing between MS-13 and bloodthirsty Venezuelan Tren de Aragua gang behind New York City cell phone robberies. You know, a couple of cops in New York City has been shot. They have been green lighted to start targeting, you know, police officers. They come from a prison in Venezuela. It's a violent Tren de Aragua Venezuelan gang linked to over 100 criminal cases in the United States. Right here, if y'all can see that. So it's crazy, man. what's happening. And I believe that we in the election year. Who's to say that they wasn't let in on purpose? Who's to say that they want to cause so much panic, fear, and where the police can't even control them, that they put in place martial law? And once martial law has been enacted, there won't be a vote. I firmly believe this, and I hope I'm wrong. But I really seriously feel that if the Democrats feel that they are going to lose this election, they would do any and everything to stop it. And that includes setting these migrant gangs loose on the American people to terrorize us so they can put into play martial law. That's not too far-fetched, because you can't put nothing past these people, man. They so money hungry and power hungry that they willing to do any and everything to stay in power. Now, we got gangs, other countries are emptying out their prisons. They setting up shop right here in the United States. We, as Gunfreak Nation members, we just got to keep our head on a swivel and watch our six. Look out for our neighbors. And in some cases, you can't even trust the neighbor. But what I'm telling you is, I think something huge, something that you have never seen before, ever in your lifetime in this country, is about to go down, and you need to be ready at all costs to defend yourself. You need to be ready. You need to stock up on supplies, medical, food, water. And you already know, I ain't even got to tell y'all. You got to stay funky town sender ready. You have to be savage ready. We dealing with hardcore criminals. I even feel bad for the people that's coming over that's truly wanting to have a better life. We got hardcore criminals there is no big deal to rob, kill, steal, pillage, sexual assault. Man, come on. And this president had the nerve the other night to get up on that stage and blame it on Trump. And Trump ain't been president for the last, 4 years now? You see how many lies he got up on that stage and told, and then, we need to ban, we need a new assault weapons ban. Guess what? If you give them that, you give them an inch, they're going to want to take a mile. Do let them slide, they're going to be wanting to skate all day. Our rights is at a moment in time where we are being tested, our Second Amendment rights. And now they have let all these hardcore professional gangs come into our country. So what happens if they get the signal to unleash them on us so they can shut down the country and call into place martial law? I don't put nothing past them, and neither should you. We living in some dangerous, perilous times. I want to play something for y'all. For those who may not believe me, look at this. Look at this. Hold on.
U.S. officials are on high alert as a notoriously violent prison gang is spreading from coast to coast. Tren de Aragua, or TDA, was...
Here we go.
U.S. officials are on high alert as a notoriously violent prison gang is spreading from coast to coast. Tren de Aragua, or TDA, was born out of Venezuela in a prison and has been linked to crime like this jewelry store heist in Colorado. News Nation obtaining a memo warning law enforcement that an estimated 1,000 TDA members have been given the green light to attack officers. News Nation's Alicia Nieves joins us now live from New York, where these gang members have actually shot at police. Alicia, how widespread is this gang?
Yeah, Anna, good morning. This is a violent Venezuelan gang that's infiltrated U.S. cities across the country from coast to coast, becoming more brazen and organized, according to authorities. In just the last 2 months, we have had at least 3 major incidents on the West Coast and here back on the East Coast. Just this past week, as a matter of fact, authorities have linked a member of Tren de Aragua's gang members to a violent June jewelry heist in Denver. In nearby Aurora, Colorado, the gang is accused of taking control of a local apartment complex, using it as headquarters of their operation. And the footage you're seeing in a second here actually shows lawyers, or what lawyers representing several apartment complexes say is the gang seizing control of these apartment complexes, leading to gang violence and numerous code violations. Now, throughout the country, police departments, as you noted a moment ago, warned that the gang leaders have given members in the U.S. the green light to shoot officers. And unfortunately, that memo coming after an incident happened already here in New York City in June. As you said a moment ago, 2 NYPD officers were shot by a man living out of a migrant shelter. That man, Bernardo Raul Castro Mata, after his arrest, actually identified himself as a member of Tren de Aragua and allegedly told police that he crossed the U.S. border, came to New York, and when he got to the shelter in the city, the 19-year-old was recruited by the gang to commit robberies and even given a gun. Now, Castro Mata also told investigators that gang leaders actually have been instructing a lot of their members here in the U.S., especially here in New York City, to bring guns into shelters, and they're able to do so relatively easily by utilizing food delivery services, because food is not scanned through the security system at these shelters. So this is obviously a growing concern, not only here in New York City, but again, across the country, from the West Coast to the East Coast. We do know federal agencies are on this and trying to work with local officials to curb this growing gang activity.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like if that's the weak spot, they need to start scanning the food trucks then as they're coming through. Alicia, thank you so much. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on
Gunfreak Nation. Never would I thought, that we would be facing perilous times like this. This is just insane what we are facing. And the person that did this is now running to be president. Make it make sense. You saying you're going to do this, do that, all this, but you've been vice president for the last 4 years and ain't did nothing but made the country worse. Everything is turned upside down. This is just unbelievable. Make it make sense. Arm yourself. Look out for your brother. Look out for your sister. Arm yourself, because I do believe that we are indeed headed into some dark days ahead of us. And I don't put nothing past the higher ups to sabotage this election if they feel that they genuinely are going to lose. Some shit is about to go down. And y'all need to be prepped, prepared, and ready. We got hardcore professional criminals already here, and they in multiple states, including Miami, Colorado, Georgia, Chicago, New York, and Detroit, and other cities too. Oh man. These liberals, man. And trust me, I don't hate anybody. I'm not a divisive person, and I'm not talking about all of them. I'm talking about these anti-gun fanatics who think that if we get rid of all of the guns, which would never, ever happen, it's impossible. It's what, like 300 million guns or something? It never is going to happen regardless. And then the criminals already have them, all right? Make it make sense. But they got this grand utopian dream that they feel like if they disarm us, it'll be heaven on earth. But in actuality, they making it hell on earth. Because I'm going to tell you something. They can put all the gun control bills they want into law, and it's only going to affect two types of people. Well, really, it's only going to affect one type of people, and that's us, the law-abiding people. The criminals, they don't give a damn. You think a criminal is going to follow the law and obey the law? No, they criminals. They don't care. It only affects us, the law-abiding citizens, and put us at a disadvantage when they do come, kicking down your door to take what's yours. Like I told you, during 2020, it was stimulus given out. Unemployment had the stimulus added to it, or whatever it was. People was getting a lot of money, man. A lot of money. And when it ended, them same people that was used to that money went to crime because they didn't want to be broke no more. So you got these migrants, you got these gangs coming in. They covered by food because they're getting the EBT cards, them food stamps, right? They're getting cash cards, prepaid cash cards. They living up in hotels and whatnot. But when the liberals get what they want, because the liberals don't care about nobody but they self and their agenda, right? So at some point, that stuff gonna end. So what you think they're gonna do? What you think they're gonna resort to? It's only a matter of time before they be at your door kicking it in. And I firmly believe a righteous person is a righteous person. If you don't came over here trying to be a better life, you're going to do everything you can to make it. But some of them are criminals, as you just saw. Me, myself, and I'm putting a bullseye on my back because I'm trying to spread the word and letting y'all know what the hell is going on out here. So you know I got to be savage ready, and you know I am. But I love y'all, Gun Freak Nation. Listen, brace yourself. It's coming, man. It's coming, man. Brace yourself. Be ready. Be prepared. If you already ready, guess what? If you ready, you ain't got to get ready. Get ready, y'all, because you ain't seen nothing yet. Do whatever it takes to get armed up. Get your food up, get your water up, get your meds up, your medicine, your medical kits. Because I believe we got something headed our way. You know, I got family members that's telling me and sending me articles saying they having these dreams of just being loaded up on buses and stuff and taken out of the city because that's how bad it has got. Let's pray that it don't get that bad to where we got to be bussed up out of here, where we got to be thrown on trains and buses because it's a war zone. God help us. Gun Free Nation, I love you, man. Listen. Let's hope for the best and be prepared for the worst. Because you cannot put nothing past these power-hungry politicians who have celebrities and athletes, they all in their pocket. The people, the hard-working people that's out there working paycheck to surviving paycheck to paycheck, people out there hustling. We the ones that's catching it. You get all these rich athletes and rich-ass celebrities. They're not dealing with what we deal with. They're not living life through our eyes and facing our realities, right? You know, you can't even buy steak anymore. You got to eat bologna sandwiches now. You got to eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches now. When just a few years ago, before this administration took power, we was eating steak. We was all good. So they're not dealing with that because they can afford to, to pay $5 a gallon for gas. They can afford groceries. You cannot compare. And Ricky Smiley, you asshole, I saw the interview where you went in on Trump. You made like Kamala was the best thing since sliced bread. I would never watch Next Friday again. Never. You worse than the crackhead Santa Claus you played in Next Friday, you sucker. Dang. And if y'all remember, he was the same one. I ain't gonna say it, but he was pushing everybody to you know what back in 2020 to get that you know what. I'm not saying it because I don't need another strike on my channel, but you know what. So you got puppets like that. You got sellouts like that. They're not facing what we are facing. You got people, oh, they go, I want this Beyonce gonna be at the convention. Beyonce don't give a damn about you. She's a billionaire damn near. Her kids, grandkids is going to be rich. So she's not facing the reality of everyday life like we do. Worry about yourself. Take care of yourself. Protect yourself, protect your family, protect your loved ones. Because nobody at the end of the day is going to come for your rescue. The only person you can depend on is yourself. Nobody else, not no police, not no EMS, not no firemen, firefighters, nobody. Not the National Guard, because when it really hits the fan, everybody will be out for themselves and protecting their loved ones. We got a taste of that back in 2020 when we had to shut down, when we had curfews, when everybody had to, do what they, follow the rules. You ain't seen nothing yet. Nothing. What I want to know, Gunfreak Nation, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for the unexpected? Learn to keep thought in your head to always expect the unexpected. But I saw Sleepy Joe get on that stage the other night at the Democrat convention and lie and blame the border crisis on Trump, saying he could have stopped it. When all you had to do is something called executive orders. So people believe that bullshit. They do, and it's just terrible. It's horrible what's happened to this country. We can't afford to have 4 more years of what's been going on, because guess what? 4 more years mean it's going to be 4 times more worse. And everybody love to talk about January the 6th. But let's talk about when they took over Portland and no police was allowed. And by the way, in Minnesota, the same guy that's running for vice president that she chose, he was the one that refused to send out the National Guards to stop all of the criminals from burning down the buildings. all of the rioters, because the damn sure wasn't no protest. Those were rioters, all right? He stopped it. He didn't let the National Guard, stop it, because it gained the agenda that they got going on. You feel me? What else? He the same one was giving out tampons to little boys to take to the restrooms. What kind of sick crap is that? When you giving a kid a right to choose whether he wants to be a male or a female. Now, I'm the furthest person from being a homophobic. I'm not homophobic. I love everybody. But at least be 21 years old or grown before you make that decision. See, these the type of people that we are dealing with, where shit like that is cool, man. Hell no. Oh, man, I'm so disgusted. Anyway, Gun Freak Nation, listen. I love y'all. Let's stay prayed up. But most importantly, let's stay armed up. Armed and righteous. Armed and ready. Gun Freak Nation. Stay armed. Stay responsible with your firearms. Stay righteous and be ready to send them dirty, low-down devils to Funky Town, because they getting ready to unleash. I really believe this. They about to unleash them gangs on us, professional gangs that's done cross the border. That's a professional army right there, an army of terrorists. You understand? And while he want to talk about January 6th, let's talk about this for a minute. While they got the convention, you got the palace, you got a lot of protesters that's protesting out there and putting up Hamas and spray painting Hamas. Where's all that at right there? Where's the outrage at that they spray painting Hamas and all that on buildings? But you know what? I don't want to get into all that shit right there, man, because people gonna feel how they feel. I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. The two biggest things to divide people on this earth, y'all already know. Religion and politics. With them two, people been fighting for centuries, hating each other for centuries because of that, man. At some point, I hope we get to rise above that. And I understand why those people are protesting at the convention, because, a lot of innocent women and children are being killed and bombed. The Israeli army don't give two fucks. If they think they can kill one person, they say a terrorist, and it might be a 100 innocent people around that person. If they can pinpoint that person, then them 100 people gonna be unalived. So that's what's going on over there. But I just hate that October 7th happened, where they kickstarted that shit off, Hamas, by doing that. And they should have saw that the get back, was gonna be crazy, and it is, But God help us, man. We got we've been had gangs here, but I don't think they hardcore. And I do believe that if they feel like they're gonna lose the election, they'll do anything to stop it. So be prepared, Gunfreak Nation. I love you. I really do, from the bottom of my heart. Stay armed. Get your ammo up. Get your arms up, your firearms up. Like I said, get your medical kits up. Get your food up. You know what I'm saying? Be ready. Get your gas up. Get you a generator in case we lose power. Have an escape plan if you have to. If you gotta hunker down, do what you gotta do. But when them gangs come and people get hungry, they gonna smoke you out. No way you can stay in a house that's burning. So we got to figure this out. We have to. I just really believe things are about to get worse. Y'all have a good night. God bless America. God bless the world. God bless us all with common sense. Because we got crazy motherfuckers running the country. I love you, Gunfreaknation Salute.